Welcome to today's meditation, choosing what matters, moment by moment. Please go ahead and get comfortable, settling into your body. Just noticing your breath. Your inhale and exhale. The rise and fall of your breath. It's finding a rhythm to your breathing. That's the most grounding for you, the most anchoring. And let yourself fully arrive. Many of us move through life on autopilot by responding, reacting, adjusting. We don't always pause to ask, is what I'm doing right now aligned with what matters to me? So today we're just going to explore that question. As you breathe, just connect to your heart more with each breath. And if it feels okay to you, please bring to mind one value that's important to you. Not what you think you should value, but something that's really important to you. A personal value is a fundamental belief that guides our behaviors, our decisions, our life purpose, perhaps. These values are often centered around integrity, empathy, honesty, respect, fairness, compassion, love, family. It's whatever helps you lead a meaningful life, meaningful to you. So just let a value arise naturally. What does this value feel like in your body? The visceral experience of this value. How do you experience it? How do you experience it in your heart, in your solar plexus, in your stomach? Just whatever comes to mind. How do you embody this value? How do you know when you're aligned with this value that's important to you? Now, I invite you to recall a recent moment when you acted in alignment with this value, even in a small way. Can you notice what that felt like? Just what it felt like in your body when you acted in a way that aligned with this value. Maybe your heart felt fuller. Maybe you felt more expansive. Maybe you felt more just anchored or connected to yourself in some way. Now, please recall a moment when you did not act in alignment with this value. I'm not asking you to judge yourself, but just to notice, what did that feel like when you made a choice that wasn't aligned with this value? So this is how values guide us. It's not through rules, but through felt experience. You don't need to stay with what it felt like to not live in accordance with your value, but just wanted you to notice briefly. Now my invitation is for you to ask yourself, what might it look like if I lived this value that's important to me just a little bit more this week? Just a little more often. Let a small, simple moment arise where you might live more in accordance with this value that you're focusing on. As we close, if it resonates, you can take this idea with you that values aren't destinations, they're directions, and each moment is another opportunity to choose. Your life is shaped not only by what you believe, but by the small ways you choose what matters again and again, moment by moment. So gradually bring your attention back to this moment. It's once again feeling your inhale and exhale. The support underneath you. Notice the environment around you, the sounds that you hear. I'm just so aware that in this moment you're each here and that you value being part of our community in meditation. That you made a choice to be with us in meditation right now. So I would love to hear from you either in chat or out loud. What value came up for you? For me, I have so many top values, but right now I'm focusing on connection and community and gratitude.
Connection that goes to love.
Connection, Diane?
Yeah, that
To
goes
those
to love. You know, when I
connect
feel connected, I feel love.
when you feel connected, you feel love. And how loving and loved do you feel in this moment?
Very much so. And thank you.
I can hear that in your voice and see that in your eyes. Thank you for being here. Saul?
I noticed a question came up. When do we or when do I fall into treating people like their destinations?
Mm,
And so I think the value for me that shows up is awareness. How can I be more aware moment to moment with what is actually happening? And treating people like a destination is not consistent with my values, but awareness is, and I can be aware of when I get caught up in something that's not consistent with my values.
what you're saying is really deep, Saul. Treating people like destinations is not a value. So, treating people like destinations, that would be like, what can I get out of this person? How can I get this person to behave in the way I want? Something like that.
Yeah, I think I grew up in a world that teaches me to think about buying and selling, competition, um, clear, definitive exchanges. And that's not an emotionally satisfying or nurturing uh, way of showing up for me.
It's
I've
not,
learned.
yeah, it's not for me either. And you said you grew up in that kind of environment. It feels like our society is very transactional.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the language that was spoken into my ear since I was an infant. And so, of course, I learned it. And I'm trying to learn a different language. I am learning a different language.
What does it feel like in your body, Saul, when you are in awareness rather than
Complete peace,
transaction? Peace.
complete peace, and what my meditation teacher calls the remainderless fading away of suffering.
Mm. You say that again.
Complete peace and the remainderless fading away of suffering.
The remainderless fading away of suffering.
Yeah, like when you blow out a candle and there's smoke and it slowly just dissipates. into the air.
Really like that image. Thank you, Saul. Would anyone else like to share anything? Brenda, are you writing something? Would you rather just say it out loud?
Yeah, sure. I got this new keyboard, and so I'm maybe not as quick as I would normally be. Um, I was just typing that I found that really powerful, and I really appreciate you sharing that, Saul. And something that came up for me in this meditation is is in a way linked to what you were sharing, but being on the other side, and this is something that I've spoken with you about as well, Mavis, is feeling like I am a destination for somebody, and um, I don't want to have people ever feel that way either, and so I'm really committed to being very present with people and connected with them in a way that they can feel how much I value them just by being them as a person and not because I'm looking to get anything out of them.
That's so beautifully stated, Brenda. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I want to thank all of you for being here with me today, and for those of you who joined on YouTube. Next week, the topic is becoming more real together. And I look forward to seeing you then.